Phil, we've reached the end of the January transfer window. I think most people would have been expecting to see Lasse Vibe's departure announced, given that he didn't play last Saturday. Can you just update us what's going on there?
Sure, he's talking to a club. I think it's well publicised. It's a club in China. The Chinese window doesn't close till end of February, so there's no hurry on that. We've got a month. It's not by any means completed yet, but something we're still talking about, so I'd expect some movement on that in the next 2 or 3 days.
Is it a problem to have a player in limbo in the start of February?
No, not really. Not anymore with the problem that it would be the start of January. So, we kind of know what's happening. He didn't play last week, and I think everyone's comfortable with it.
Is it likely that he'll leave, do you think?
I think so. You can never say never, but as it stands at the minute, I think it's more likely than not.
So in terms of the business the club did then, one announced earlier this week was the arrival of Chidozie Ogbeni. What can you tell us about him?
He is quick, powerful, wide player, loads of development potential, good physique to play in England. Typical Brentford signing. He'll come in and he'll work with the coaches, and we think he'll improve and be a good player for us.
What sort of difference is there between the level he's playing at and the Championship, and how long do you think it will take him to have an impact in the Championship?
It's a big difference, I think, but it's like coming from probably lower end of League Two, let's say, conference level. But I don't think it's a jump that's insurmountable. Players that come from that level. Andre Gray came from basically conference to play for us straight away, so he can definitely play for us when the coaches deem him ready.
One player that went out temporarily earlier this week was Justin Shaibu to Wolves. So what was the thinking there?
So Justin's been injured quite a bit. Hasn't really got a chance on our first team. The thing he really needs to do is to play minutes and show he's robust to play league football, and hopefully he can do that with Walsall, and then he'll come back for pre-season and be ready for us next year.
Almost forgotten, but at the very start of the month we had Emiliano Marcondes arrive, so we had a signing already in place. What sort of impact has he made around the training ground and in the team?
Well, he hasn't really had much of a chance in the team, but he's a player who we know what he's capable of. He'll get his chance sooner rather than later, I'm sure. That's up to the coaches, obviously, and Dean. But yeah, all the players we bring in are good people first and foremost, and he's no different, and extremely professional, and has made a positive impact.
The nature of transfer deadline day and the way it's whipped up by the media means that there was lots of the word Brentford floating around yesterday, particularly with reference to possible bids for Chris Mepham. Can you tell us anything about that?
We had more than one offer for him. It was well publicised. It was a serious offer, I think. It was probably, if we'd accepted it in terms of transfer fee, it probably would have been, I think only Scott Hogan would have been sold for more for our club. But it was a really easy decision. It was not anywhere near what we'd consider selling him for. We've been really consistent all along that we'll only sell players for the valuation we put on them. That wasn't the valuation, so no sale, and we see him as a big part of what we want to do in the future.
Some might see that as brave. You're obviously talking about a very big number there for a player who's played less than 15 games in the Championship. Someone might see it as brave to turn down that amount of money.
No, not really. It's it's similar, really. I mean, if he keeps doing what he's doing and shows the attitude that he's got, because he's got a great attitude and a great character, and he'll only improve, and we'll get the benefit of that on the pitch, and then I'd imagine it'll be worth a significant amount in the future. So yeah, sure, it's brave in the sense, anything can happen in football, obviously, but yeah, you can't be negative about things all the time and think we better sell now because it's for brave, for the sake of being brave. So yeah, we only see good things for Chris in the future.
Lots of other speculation concerning players. Some of them might have some rumours of grains of truth in them, some not. Were there any other serious bids for our players?
Depends how you define serious, really. we had one or two offers, but it was a very quiet end of the window, to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't think it was. Players enjoy being here. There's no one. I think nobody's looking to get out. I think it's a good place to be, a good place to play football. So there was one or two offers earlier in the window, but nothing that really was anything remotely close.
So how would you assess the state of the playing staff as you enter February, assuming that Vibe is going to leave?
It's strong, I know that people think, well, there's a goal scorer leaving the club, but I don't think goal scoring's ever been a problem for us. Certainly in my time here, I'd consider, expect us to continue to score goals. It's been the other end where we've had problems as a team, really. It will it'll fall to someone else. If and when Viva leaves, it'll fall on someone else to come and take his place in the team. That's always worked well for us in the past. That somebody's always stepped up and taken their chance when they've been given it.
We mentioned serious bids in terms of outgoing transfers, but there was also some possible speculation about players leaving on loan, particularly Alan Judge. Was there ever really a thought of that Alan Judge might leave?
Yeah, I mean, I sat with Alan, and it was a consideration because he wants to play minutes, right? I mean, he's missed 2 years. He wants to play minutes. Completely understand that. We sat and had a chat about it 10 days ago, but as it approached the end of the window, he played the last game. We played significant minutes, and I think he's really happy here. He sees himself being able to get his way back in the team, which is great for us.
And what next for you? Because I know that just because the transfer window's closed doesn't necessarily mean that the football world stops going round from your perspective.
No, we're going to crack back on this morning. First thing, straight into a board meeting today, and then yeah, we'll probably have a recruitment meeting with the coaching staff and the recruitment team in the next week or two, looking ahead to next summer and beyond. So it's constant planning, and yeah, hopefully we can the team can push on for the rest of the season and get somewhere near the top 6.